Hello there, Virgo. This is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald, bringing you your monthly reading for September 2021. As we get started, of course, I always use the traditional Rider-Waite deck. That's my go-to deck. And as I tap into your energy for this month, I'm feeling very much like a lot of chaos within a relationship, or so there's a little bit of a dynamic that's happening that you're struggling with. And so I feel overall, as you move through this month, you have this desire to, believe in fairy tale romances and for, things to work out for the best for you. But I do feel that there's a need for you to stand up for yourself, to assert your inner authority, and to come out on the other side of things and understand that you might have to make a decision. Is this something that I want to change or not? Okay? And so as we look into the first week here, September 1st, of course, for the energy, we have the Three of Cups, which I think is just a beautiful energy for you to be in. I think generally speaking, you are overall happy. I think you have an underlying energy within you where you're kind of terrified of the outcome of a situation. I do feel that you have a tendency to romanticize the situation that you're in, where things have been good, and you look at all of the things that have happened that were good, and you're kind of having a tendency to maybe forget about all of these empty promises that have been made to you. And so that's what I mean with the romanticizing. And I feel like towards the end of fall here, because I was very drawn to the pumpkin on that card, I feel toward the end of fall, or through this fall, it's going to be very much putting you in a place where you're feeling uncomfortable, like a bug under a magnifying glass or something like that, where it's going to really put issues in your face, whether you're spending more time with this person indoors or something to that effect. You are going to feel a little bit more uncomfortable. Things are going to really be pushing you in terms of whether or not you can stay in this situation, or progressively to make a change. Okay, moving into the middle of that, we have the 4th and 5th. We get the Devil card with Temperance. Okay, Devil card with Temperance. So some unhealthy habits being balanced out, or with that Temperance card there with some healing. I do feel as though there is a scenario that you might be going over and over in your mind with, like, you're obsessing about it. And so I feel like that might be your means for an escape, though, from this situation. So be it your desire to get out of this situation and you're going over that scenario in your mind over and over again, or whether you have a desire in your mind, like for something that you've envisioned for yourself, this situation that would make you really, really happy. I'm going over that in your mind over and over again. Overindulging is a theme here. Definitely feeling the need to mention that you could be overindulging in certain circumstances. And I feel as though that could be maybe the physical intimacy is like really good, and you're like, okay, so this is what we have going, and that's a good thing for us. And so then like you're relying on that to kind of bring to light that some of the good stuff, right? That romanticizing things. And so it could be something like that. I think whatever that looks like for you, I think overall you really have a tendency maybe to feel like you can see through this situation, but you can't really, because you're allowing yourself, your vision is kind of clouded by the circumstances, because you're allowing the circumstances to dictate your choices, right? And so, I feel like there's a need here to just overall overcome the obstacles. And I do feel like this is something that you're known for. This is something that trends with you, something that you've done in the past, or maybe there is something that this person is known for. Like maybe they kind of know that you romanticize things, and so they kind of feed into that energy, knowing that if you're romanticizing the good times, then you will not be pushed to make the change. And so then they will say, oh, remember that time when, and then, so it gets you caught up in that energy, right? And it's trickery. So then we move into the 7th and 8th. Here we have the Moon card with the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, these two also came out together. And so with this, I'm really feeling like there'll be some things that will come through to the light. Okay, I saw the moon and the sun there in the Moon card. Okay, so there will be some things that will come to the light. Now, whether this is secrets that are going to be revealed, or whether this is you coming to some realization within of that, like, aha, like, man, how come I didn't see this before? Like, I always do this, right? Or some kind of, like, issue that surfaces within you of, like, a conflict, an internal conflict that you now become aware of, right? It makes you a little bit uncomfortable, and you have to work through those emotions that are arising as a result of that. That's what I'm feeling. So I feel like at the end of that, as it's coming to the light, you are, you could be getting the dirt too, right? Maybe somebody's telling you some things, right? Maybe it's both. Maybe there's secrets that also come to light, because I do feel like you're going to be getting the dirt, right? You spill the tea. But I feel like it's going to leave you at the end of the day feeling like you've been drugged through the dirt as well, right? Drugged through the mud. You're going to feel dirty. You're going to feel, like this is just so much. Like you've been through it, through the ringer, okay? And I do feel like you're going to want to, put things in the rear view. You're going to be ready to, like, be driving forward, moving forward, be in the driver's seat, making those decisions, and taking yourself into something new, and looking at that situation as it disappears in the rear view mirror, getting smaller and smaller, and no longer an obstacle for you. That's really what I feel that you're going to want to do. I do feel like as a result of all of this that, things are never going to be the same again. And I feel like the energy there with that 2 of Pentacles, the juggling, I do feel like it's going to leave you into a space that's feeling like you've got options. I got options. And so maybe that's what it is. You do feel already like you have options, and you might be kind of going back and forth between 2 choices of things. And so I do feel like overall, as you round out that, 7th and 8th, I do feel like you might actually come to a solid place where you're ready to hop on the next train, so to speak. So whether you're taking time and space from work, or you're taking time alone to really think through things, I think that could be very beneficial on those days. Moving into the 11th, we have the 9 of Wands with the Hanged Man. So we have the 9 of Wands with the Hanged Man. Okay, so definitely have your guard up a little bit. I do feel as though there could be somebody in your surroundings that's gloating, right? Where they're like bragging about their success a bit, and that could mean that you're, not in a space where you are as successful as maybe this person. It's going to bring that to light for you, and you might feel as though you're being punished because you're not as successful as this person, or not in a place where you're feeling like you have accomplished what you've wanted to accomplish, and not in a place where you can at this point, right? And I think it's really important for you to be mindful that there's nothing that you did to delay your success, right? I think it all happens in divine timing. And so I think that's really important to be mindful of. I think, also when things are delayed for us, maybe you had a little bit of a start, and then it kind of slowed down for you in terms of like your vision happening for you, so it's not coming in for you. Something like that. There was a delay, and so now it's leaving you feeling like, geez, what's happening? Is it ever going to happen for me? You're questioning, did I do something to keep this from coming in for me? And the answer is no, because sometimes we are in alignment with something and then it's not in alignment for us based on things that are occurring and choices that we've made. So on that token, in that time, Spirit can be, orchestrating better for us, right? And then when we come back into alignment with that situation, it will be like so surprising that we will be so happy. And so just be mindful that even if it isn't happening, it's probably for the best at this time. Okay? And I do feel, like I'm seeing like hands kind of like join together. I feel like you're going to join forces with somebody else. I feel like there's somebody that's going to come in to help you achieve what you're hoping to achieve. Like there's a person that you're supposed to meet that's supposed to help you on this path too, to achieve that. So just be mindful of that and watch for that. The 12th through the 18th, we have the 4 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. And so with this, I'm really feeling like you're going to be starting your week off with a bang. I feel like things are going to really take off for you, and you're going to feel so good about things. And I feel as though in an effort to avoid conflict at some point during that week, whether that's at home or work or whatever, I feel like you're going to be putting your differences aside and compromising with somebody, even though you don't necessarily feel like this person deserves your respect or deserves or is worthy of that from you. I feel like you are going to be the bigger person, the better person. I feel like you're being very genuine in doing that, and I feel that that's a really good thing, a space that you're coming from. I do feel like this person that is coming in, that 7 of Pentacles there, is somebody that's like looking to make a come up off of you. Like they're looking to benefit by dragging on your coattails, so to speak, where they might be asking you questions, having a conversation with you. They're looking to benefit from you in some way, whether it's your knowledge, whether it's taking advantage of you in some way. So just be mindful of that as you work through things with that person. I do feel like at this point in time, you have a mutual respect for each other and making sure that you have firm boundaries in place and that you do, respect each other. I think that's a great place to come from to start and build that foundation, okay? The 19th through the 25th, we have the Star card with the 5 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. These two came out together. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles toward the end of that week, toward the 25th. So really wanting to build something. So with this, I feel as though someone could be coming to you asking for your advice, and they're going to do so in like a very spirited way, in terms of very enthusiastic, really wanting to hear what you have to say. And I feel like this is great. I feel like this is a good thing. Like you're super excited to tell them about your lessons from the past, things that you've learned. You're really wanting to share that experience because you want to enlighten others so they don't have to go through some of the same lessons that you've been through. And I feel that this creates a beautiful space, and I'm getting chills with this. I feel like it creates a beautiful space of learning together and in harmony, and you feel validated and this person feels like validated, and I love the energy with this, okay? And I feel like there's an oath that's going to come through, like whether it's a promise that you make to this person to always be there for them. I do feel as though, it's a promise to yourself mostly, right? As you're interacting with this person, you're going to come to this realization that like, man, I never want to go through this again. And now that I'm retelling this, I will never let myself go through this again, right? So it's a promise that you make to yourself, okay? So you're going to be understanding that you're going to be overcoming these blocks, whether they're real blocks, whether they're imagined blocks. You are going to see things in a whole new way, okay? But just be mindful that this person that you are talking to, I think that they're super excited and willing to hear what you have to say. Be mindful that, again, I still feel that energy where they're looking to gain from you, okay? So they may not be 100% sincere, or they might come off like they are sincere, but they may not I don't feel like it's malicious, but I feel as though they're not as invested in that healing and growing process maybe as you are. And so it's like a very slow process for them to be coming into this at your level. And so it can be overwhelming maybe for them as well. So, I really think, for you right now, it's good to just, give this person the benefit of the doubt, right? And accept them for where they're at. Meet them where they're at, okay? Moving into the 26th through the 30th, we have the Magician and the Emperor. And these two come out together, and I feel like this is a beautiful energy. It's an energy where I'm feeling like it's one where you never cease to amaze me feel, right? Like this person is very influential, and I feel like you really like that energy. You like to be around this person, but I think that there, could be a point in time where this person can be overbearing. This person can be a little bit more controlling than you like. So I think that it's really important to acknowledge that you need to be standing up for what you believe in as well. Assert your authority in determining what's okay for you, where your boundaries are at, because otherwise it can lead to some demise, right? You have the ability to create those boundaries and move forward in the way that you want, that you're comfortable with. And if you are not in a place where you're being assertive and speaking about those things to that person, I think this person can be a little bit dominating, and because they're very influential, and they can like overtake the conversation or overtake the project or overtake the direction of things when you guys are together. And so it's important that you are being authentic and standing in your true self in conversating with this person and speaking your truth and all those things, okay? Overall advice, we have 4 of Cups for you, Virgo, for September. And I feel the word cherish. I feel like you're going to be, again, cherishing time that you spend with other people. I do feel like it's really important to speak about that like hopeless romantic, that romanticizing feel. You want a fairy tale ending. But I think it's important for you to be mindful that at the end of the day, take a look around, right? Who's left standing in your corner, okay? Because you can't always just hope for the best. You have to be realistic about things, and taking a look around and see after the fight is done for the day, who's there standing in your corner. And I think it's about looking at like what you want versus what you have, and seeing like, hey, am I really willing to make the change, or do I really want to make the change? And if you do want to make the change, being able to confidently step forward and say next, okay? So that's a beautiful energy to end on here for you, Virgo. I do so hope that this resonates for you in some way, shape, or form. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Not all general readings can resonate for everybody, but if you have another Virgo that's near and dear to your heart and you're willing to share or desire to share that with them, I would love if you would share that with them so they could benefit from hearing the message as well. If you're interested in your own personal reading, down in the description box below there is the Square site, and you can purchase your own personal reading, and I will reach out to you. As always, I will be back with another read for you guys again soon, and don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button below so that you're in the know of all of the new content as it is released. Everybody, take care. Thank you.